When you approach the net, you need to approach and get lower, okay? You need to be lower all the time instead of running like this and then go down in the end. You need to always run while you go down, okay? And then when you stop, you never stop, but when you slow down a bit, then you are already lower, and then you just need to jump, and then you do 1-2 split step, and then you do the volley after. And another important thing here, I'm saying the jump, you go low because I mean the ball is low. Okay, if the ball is high, of course you don't go so low. You go a little bit more up, but still you need the power coming from the legs to jump against the ball. But basically, if you do one or another, depends on the footwork. But if the ball is low or high, is the same. What I want to say is when you jump to hit the ball, if you do this or if you do this jump, you need to jump in the direction of the ball. You cannot expect the ball down the line. For example, here you cannot expect to play down the line and jump to that direction. So you cannot jump in opposite direction. Same to this side, especially when you do forehand approach in this side. So you are here, you always do this step here, and then you go around like that, and then you adjust like this. You see how I move? Okay. You do here, you go around, and you kind of go around around the ball, and you need to play the ball on your side. So one of the common mistakes you were doing, and most of players do, is that you go around, sometimes you not even go around, and you run to the ball like that, and then you have the ball here. Okay, and here is really difficult to play the ball cross court. So you always need to create space to hit the ball on your side. So you go here, you run fast, and then you kind of adjust to hit the ball here. And then if you want down the line cross court, you need to jump in the direction of the ball, and you need to cover this side. If from here you play down the line, you play down the line here, okay, and then you need to do the split step here in the end on your toes, not with flat foot, and here you'll be ready for the next shot. Now one quick tip for this footwork here: when you do approach on this side with your forehand, usually it's easier to do with semi-open and then go against the ball. It's really difficult to have more time, so basically if you do here and if you go around, of course sometimes you can do this, okay, but most of the times the ball is a little bit higher, that's why you move and that's why you go with forehand. So if the ball is a little bit higher, you do this and then you jump. And remember that on this shot is really much easier if the ball is high. Instead of hitting the ball and brushing the normal way, like hitting here, imagine you have another ball here and then you're closing, it's easier if the ball is higher to play and just relax completely the racket like that. So basically I'm going to show you here because I have the camera there. Basically, instead of doing this with this movement, the ball is high, so you're going to do this movement here, and it's completely, I can show you better, is completely relaxed. Okay, you never get injured because here you are super relaxed, and that's why you can hit high balls in this case, because you'll not be injured, and you can even test yourself. This movement is completely relaxed. Every time you do the split step, you need to do this first step to the side or a little bit forward, and then when you hit the ball, at the same time you hit the ball, you need to do this a little bit more aggressive. So instead of doing 1, 2, okay, work more on your legs and do split step 1, 2, and be more aggressive even on backhand here, this. You can even do 1, and at the same time you do this sound. You cannot go before, you cannot do 1, 2 and then hit. You need to do at the same time, or sometimes after. Sometimes you do this and then you go after, but this is another volley, or when you do drop shot, for example. When you do the split step, the racket is going to this side because you rotate your shoulders, not because you open your arm. So you do split step 1, you rotate your shoulders and your racket is in front of you, not on your side, here in front of you, and then you block and you go against the ball using your legs more. And remember that volley is to use your legs, okay, not your arms. Basically you have two types of volleys. You have one volley that you do it here when you are approaching the net or trying to approach the net, but you're still not at the net exactly, so you are doing volleys more or less here. I mean, you can do drive, but sometimes we do high volley, and this high volley we do you keep the racket high, you always keep the racket high because you want to play deep down the line, and you need to use your legs here, and you need to go more with your legs, so you need to hit the ball and move the legs like that, not so short, so a longer movement, and you need to stay here, 1, follow the ball like that, and then you keep moving, 1, 2, split step. And the second volley is when you are more close to the net and you just hit and finish the volley, and usually do short and cross, Okay, these are the two big differences of the volley. So if you are a little bit more back, just try aim for down the line and deep. If you are more close to the net, just try to finish the volley short and cross. Two tips for your smash. So basically the first one is about the coordination of your hands, and one of the tips I like to teach and to help beginners, or in this case you, is to help you understand that if you are in this position, in the trophy position, and then when you go with the racket up, this hand must go down at the same time, and when you hit, it's much more comfortable and easier if when you hit the ball you have your hand around the chest. And my coach even used to say every time I hit the ball to touch my chest like that, okay, and then you relax like this. Also about the smash, try always to start with the slice, smash in slice. Here it's way easier. So basically you prepare trophy position, and when you go up with the racket, the hand comes to the chest, and you will see, you'll feel much more control, even though some professionals even have the hand completely down already. I saw this in Vienna, but it's way easier and way more convenient for you if you just do this. Okay, you hit the ball, the hand is here, and you will control much more your smash. Another thing is to understand that you have two types of smashes. Basically, one of them that you have more time and you can actually prepare, and you have the power on this leg, okay, and then you have the power on this leg, so you can do the power and then you can hit the shot, okay. And another one is when you don't have time, when the ball is too high, you need to rush and you need to go and you need to jump from one leg to another. I can show you a little bit here. So basically the first one, you have time, is low, but it's too low. Basically you have time, so you let the ball bounce, okay, and then you hit, okay. And the second is when the ball is higher. I'm not gonna touch it. Is when the ball is higher and you need to hit the ball. It's not the best example, but I have someone here in the camera. So here, I can show you again. Here you go and then you hit the ball. Not the best example, but I think you can understand. So you have these two types of smashes. Another thing I want to tell you about the smash is, for example, every time you see the ball coming, and I already mentioned this to you, every time you see the ball coming like this, falling straight, you need always to let the ball bounce and then you hit. This is just to remind you again, because we already talked about that. And every time you have the ball coming, instead of falling in this direction, if the ball falls in this direction, you have actually time to hit the ball without the bounce. So let's say the ball is coming like that, you can hit this ball without the bounce. If the ball is coming straight, it's always better to let the ball bounce. You have the time and then you finish the smash.